Hello, I'm in Horton in Ribblesdale, and today I thought I would have a look to see if somebody who's never done any hiking before in their entire life, who's signed up to do the Yorkshire Three Peaks for a charity event associated to work in September, on September the 12th, which just happens to be 4 days after doing the Great North Run on September the 7th. That's 5 days in it, but 4 days recovery, to see if somebody like me can just rock up and just get a feel for it, really. So I'm in Horton in Ribblesdale. I'm going to have a look at doing Pen-y-Ghent. I've never been in here all my life. I'm not entirely sure where to go. I have watched a couple of videos on YouTube. Unfortunately, the weather is a bit naff. It's raining, and it's as I got out of the car, it said it was going to rain again in 32 minutes or so. But I thought we'll give it a see. If it comes proper tipping it down, I'll probably abort it and go back to the car, depending on where we are. But in the meantime, let's have a look, and along the journey we'll take in some of the scenery, hopefully. I'm not sure what the views will be like today because it's cloudy and dark, and anyway, let's have a look. Stick with us if you would like to see a fool like me get blisters and leg ache. Blah blah blah. So I've just passed the church. We're going where that cloudy area is. As I understand it, based on videos I've watched, I need to turn left here, maybe? I'm not sure now. I'm not sure at all. I'm looking for a sign. I think we're going up there though. I'd not gone wrong. So you do turn left just after the church, not the very first left, which is running parallel to me, but just before it looks like there's no other roads to turn left on. You turn left and you go past this old schoolhouse. I saw that on somebody else's YouTube video. By the way, if you're watching this and you, like me, are going to do this on your very first time, do not, under any circumstances, use my video here as your only guide. Go to somebody that actually knows what they're doing and pay all the attention to them, and use me as an example of someone that doesn't know what they're doing. So I've just come out from the track that takes you down past the old primary school, and I'm just going to carry on walking up here until I see a sign. I can see people up there. I'm guessing are on their way up. There's a bit of rain in the air. It's bearable at this point, but I say bearable, it's perfectly fine. It's just a little bit of rain in the air. It's not got to the time when it said there would be another bit of a downpour, but to be honest, where I am now, if it did downpour, there's little point in turning back because there's no shelter to be found, so we'll just keep going. Have a little look around. So I've come across this sign that says Yorkshire 3 Peaks, Pen-y-Ghent summit 1 3/4 mile in that direction. So we go through that gate and then trace the wall. Takes you through this other little gate and then onto this stepped area. This is where we might wake the old bum muscles up. I'm going to put the camera down because it's a tiny bit slippy. So I've just reached the top of the first tranche of steps. Then there's like a track and then it goes to another, I'm not sure if the camera picks it up, another set of steps the same. See the landscape as we look around, and that's the steps we've just come up so far. It's quite beautiful. You can imagine this on a sunny day with good visibility, seeing a good long way. But let's keep plodding along. Please forgive me camera work. I'm not really aiming for silky smooth footage. It's just to give me a bit of a feel for a first timer, what lessons I can learn, whether I feel it's tough going or not. Get a bit of a breath on going up those steps. It's not too bad, but there's another set of steps here, so we're back on these again. I'll keep it going for a bit. A little bit slippy, but not too bad to be fair. As long as you watch where you're placing your foot. Oh, got gravel again. Nice one. See the appeal to people that come hiking often and that do it as a hobby. I can understand what you would get out of it, from the fresh air, the scenery, the nature, the exercise, not just the muscle tone that you would get from walking up and down hill. I can feel this is working my bum, but also elevates your breathing, pulse rate, so you get a good level of cardiovascular workout from it as well. Got to watch out for the presuming that's sheep poo. There we are. Ahead in the distance, just through the clouds, you can start to see the summit of Pen-y-Ghent. Although I'm not letting that fool me into thinking I'm anywhere near there, because it's a fair old trek yet. Yeah, very pretty though. I'll do another look around in a moment. Put the camera back away. See what this sign says. Friends of the 3 Peaks. You'd like to help the Yorkshire National Park Authority look after the paths in this fantastic area. Why not join Friends of the 3 Peaks? Take a leaflet. Donations also welcome. All proceeds help fund path maintenance, although there are no leaflets. today, it's wet through. Anyway, oh, that's it. So you must scan the QR code and you can donate today. It costs £35 a metre to maintain the paths. And if you want to donate, I suppose, if you wanted to as well, you could. I might do it later. If it works on the telly screen, scan that QR code and just drop it a donation, because after all, you're here, you're using it, seeing all this. I think that's Horton and Ribblesdale down there. And Pen-y-Ghent still hidden behind the clouds. It looks like we're going up in the clouds, whether we like it or not. Let's keep on the path. Erosion repair works is grass seeded and needs time to grow. Off we go. I just realised, am I filming myself? I think I'm filming myself. Hang on. The screen's gone off and I don't know if I'm filming myself or what. Oh, what a dickhead. I think I'm filming myself now, aren't I? The lens is, yeah. Fucking hell. Moron. Right, I'm not filming myself now. If you're shouting at your telly screen saying, "You're filming yourself, you dickhead," I can't hear you, but I'll hear it later on. So, more of these steps. So yeah, I was saying earlier, in September I'm doing the Great North Run on the 7th of September, and unfortunately I was making good progress with my training of building up my longer runs, and I was going out to do what should have been a 7-mile run. Every weekend I was building it up by a mile to have been able to run 12 miles just over a week before the Great North Run was due, thinking, right, I've got the fitness in me to do the Great North Run, albeit at home it's more flat, there's very few hills really, and the Great North Run is not hilly steep but hilly long gradual hills. Anyway, for many years now I've had a bit of a dodgy calf that seems to get injured just at the thought of doing running or any kind of exercise that involves impact. Likely my own fault through poor running technique, and I was trying to put a lot more time and effort and attention into learning about that. I'd done everything possible to help myself recover. Obviously, as you get older, you don't recover as fast as you do when you were younger. The muscles don't bounce back like they do when you're in your 20s, for example. So I was a couple of miles into a 7-mile run and I got this sharp pain in my right calf muscle, and I thought, I'll see if it runs out. My advice is, if ever you get that, don't see if it runs out, just stop and let it recover. It didn't run out. I eventually got to about 4 miles and it did a really sharp, where you had to suddenly stop and hop. So stopped and I had to have a fortnight with no running. Tried it again on Sunday. I'll come back to this story. I'll start the next part of this story with tried it again on Sunday, but for now it's a little bit, what's the best way to do this then? This might be a bit slippy, so I might have to go hands down. quite ankle twisty section and the rocks are wet and the grass is wet, so I'm paying attention. What was that line I said I'll pick that story back up on? I ain't got a clue. No, it's gone out my head. Anyway, let's just say it was, and then a giraffe came along. And then this giraffe came along, and I had 2 weeks off. I did a 3 miler slowly on Sunday just gone. It's now Thursday, pain free, but I'm running out of time. Currently it's I'm not sure what date it is. 7th of August. It's the 7th of August, and the Great North Run is on the 7th of September. Please close the gate. I can't do this one. What am I doing wrong here? Hang on, people, can't open a gate. Simple fella from Yorkshire. Okay, the gate is navigated. I couldn't do it one-handed, it was too tight for me to spring the springy bit. Anyway, so I did a run on Sunday, 3 miles, pain-free, but I've run out of time really to build up the mileage. And then that's on this Great North Run's on the 7th. The House Builder Challenge, which is something I'm doing associated to work, is on the 12th, and that's the full Yorkshire 3 peaks. So 4 days of recovery from the Great North Run that I'm not fit for, because I have not got the time to build up my long runs. I'm going to try and develop some distance, but nowhere near what it would have been and should have been. Hence I thought I'll come here today and at least get a feel for one of the peaks, being this one, Pen-y-Ghent, just to get a feel for what to expect on the 12th with my tired, achy old legs. And it's all for charity. So for the House Builder Challenge 3 Peaks, it's for the Youth Adventure Trust, which is giving young people from disadvantaged backgrounds the opportunity to do something good and positive and enjoyable. And then the Great North Run is for cancer research, which is close to my heart because I was lucky enough to fully recover from testicular cancer, which I will be 6 years clear of in September coming up. So if you're interested in sponsoring any of those 2 events, drop me a message in the comments and I'll enable the link to my relevant Just Giving pages. Any donations, no matter how big or small, are really gratefully appreciated. Now I've got to pay attention to what I'm doing. A moment. Alright lads.
Alright.
What's it like up there?
Windy.
Can you see much?
No, you can't. It's quite lovely.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright.
Nice.
Safe trip down. Right. Pay attention, what? Where the heck do I go now? Where do I go? I think I saw those lads getting out of the car earlier, or in the car park, so I'm encouraged that they've got up and are on the way back down. Erosion control. Ah, right, up here. Follow this little section here. Despite the wetness, I'm quite enjoying myself. Have I gone the wrong way? I'm not sure if I'm going up these rocks and don't need to. Fragile, please stick to the footpath. Where's the footpath? tricky, this little bit. Here comes that other tranche of rain, I think. So I might have to pop the camera away for a few minutes. Keep making my way up. Visibility is getting ropey, but we're still heading up there into the cloud along that footpath. So the climb's getting a bit steeper now, breathing a bit more heavy. It's just been raining a bit harder, so I had to put the camera away for 3 or 4, 5 maybe minutes. I'm not sure if it's stopped now. Let's have a look around. In the cloud now, so visibility's not great. Quite windy, but we're still on the up. I'm going up in the world. Woo! Oh, what's here? It's going back down here. Where do I go? Oh, right, okay. So this is really so we're going up there, so it's kind of, you're at the base of the actual summit now. Some more people up ahead, I'm not sure if the camera picks them up or not. So we've got a little downhill moment, and then it seems to properly go steep with a stepped area. This little downhill bit just gives you a moment to gather your breath. I sounded like I'd gather your breasts back. Speaking of breasts, Kelly, how are you? I guess if you can hear me saying this, we're sat at home watching this on the telly. So, seeing as though I'm up here without you, I love you. And your name, at least, has been right up here, if nothing else. Why do I always think about you if the word breasts are mentioned? I had no idea. But anyway, I love you very lots. So, we're heading up here now. I think this is the final stretch to the summit. You can see the cloud whizzing past. I'm not sure if you can. I'm going to put the camera above the wall. I've just crouched down beneath this wall because the wind's getting pretty high, so give you a feel for the wind. It's a bit windy. Anyway, onwards and upwards. This is the bit I might not be able to film on because I need to keep my eye on my footing. Well, especially as I get closer, higher up. Alright for now, let's just keep going. We're nearly there. I've got a coconut ice in the bag, waiting as a treat for getting to the top. So far so good though, for a first timer. Visually, I'd say especially this bit, quite intimidating for a first time doing this, but that's only visually. Physically, you just keep putting one foot in front of the other. Anyway, I'm going to put the camera down and pay attention to this last bit. I think you have to go a bit scrambly on your hands as we get to this edge here. So, camera's going down. Off we go. Well, that last bit of scrambling, which felt like actual rock climbing to me. The most worrying part of that was it's really windy, the rocks are wet and slippery, and it's a fairly, I suppose, seasoned hikers that do this all the time will say, "It's up boy." But for me, first timer, quite intimidating that. It would have been easy to think, "No, I'm not doing that." But anyway, we just kept following the notion of keep moving forward, and here we are on the final straight. Nearly there, nearly at the summit. Oh no, that's behind me, isn't it? That's what we've been there. Let's keep going. Summit is in sight. So I followed the sign for Plover Way, which I'm doing kind of from memory from watching another YouTube video, so this will either be right or if it's wrong. When we get to the bottom somewhere, I'll use Google Maps and find out where it to be. This is just nice, smooth steps. Of views. Rainy, windy, gently a bit coconut ice. Yes. Big glug of water. This will serve as a bit of a test for the rucksack I've got, and something that I think I've learned already is that whilst I've got waterproofs, bottoms that is, I've got shorts, I've got spare socks, a towel, another windproof, not well, windproof-ish jacket. What else have I got in there? A few bits and pieces. Anyway, the point being is, I don't think the rucksack I've got is actually waterproof, so that absorbs water, and then the stuff inside absorbs water. So I did hear this on another YouTuber's top tips for hikers is to put your stuff inside a black bin bag or something of that nature inside your rucksack, and that might help keep the contents of your rucksack dry if you don't have a waterproof rucksack. it's just for my own benefit really, and a few people at home. Where you place your foot. Reasonably well. Downhill. Right, I'm going to put the camera down. We'll see. Just put music on it or something. Just being up behind the clouds up on the summit, coming back down this path that feels like it goes on forever, but just beneath the brow of that hill, right in the middle of the screen, I can see rooftops, and I believe that's Horton and Ribblesdale, I think. So we will continue. Kind of 99, well, maybe not 99, 90% sure I'm going on the right route to get back properly. Like I said, I overtook that couple so that if I came a cropper in any way, shape or form, I've got more chance of somebody spotting me, advising me, having a signal if I ain't got one, having food, drink if I needed it. I've got first aid kit and everything on me. If I tripped up, sprained my ankle, somebody to take the weight, blah blah blah. I don't think I need food and drink, to be honest. I'm going out for about 3.5, maybe 4 hours or so. Not 4 bloody days, dickhead. Anyway, the plan wasn't really to do it in the pissing rain, but here we are, killing it. So far, I would say, legs wise, my legs are fine. I've not got any pains that I'm concerned about right now. It might be achy tomorrow. Maybe I can just sense a little bit of achiness in my feet, but nothing worth writing about. I'm quite comfortable, apart from being wet and windswept. I'm not too bad, to be fair. Could be worse. Let's have a look at the floor. Bit of artistic foot shot for the montage afterwards. Never ending path, but when you look around, good place to myself, man. It's quite, it's not often I get left to me on devices like this. Usually got somebody tugging at my shirt tail saying, can you help me with X, Y and Z? You fancy a sing song? No? Just keeping myself company because I'm pissed with you. I've got soggy socks, I think. Shouldn't feel great, but it's also not really bothersome right now. We're a fair old way yet. Let's keep plodding on. Slightly pissed wet. Oh no, my lens is all wet. Oh, this is going to go rubbish on telly. Oh man, what's the best thing to do if I wipe it with my blade? Got a bit of company. Kinda hoping they're not the ramming kind. Thankfully not. Oh look, the clouds clearing. Well, it is down here. If we look back up where we've been, it's still all behind the clouds. Pardon me. This path looks like it never ends, but I think over yonder there looks like there's a quarry, and I'm sure I could hear that quarry when I was leaving Horton and Ribblesdale, which makes me believe firmly I am heading in the right direction. Yeah, I'm a bit like Eddie's Adventures, aimlessly wandering around. He's a YouTuber who goes on his travels and videos himself, and sometimes he goes on these long walks, adventuring, investigating places, and he takes a wrong turn, and you kind of know it when you're watching it, but he doesn't know it at the time, and it's torture watching him walk the long way around or walk for miles to find a burger or something. He's a lovable chap. He's trying to build up his YouTube channel actually, so Eddie's Adventures. It would be nice to help somebody build up their following. We don't really have a following. I have this channel just to store things on really, but I think while I'm storing them, why not share them, because you never know, someone might enjoy. And then we have my wife's channel, which is at well, it's Kelly J Wotton, but I'm not sure about the numbers and things, like Kelly J Wotton 5104 or some random thing like that. But basically we put our holiday videos on Kelly's channel, again mostly for us to look back on, but we think while we're doing that we may as well share it, and if somebody enjoys watching it then that's nice. And she's got 200 odd subscribers, but we don't really do it for that. We're not interested in becoming, you know, YouTubers. We just do it because it's an enjoyable thing to look back on. It's like a video scrapbook of memories to look back on. And in this case, if there's someone else out there that's thinking I might like to do that, could I do it physically? Was it a bit daunting to try it? I've told you my story. I'm 52, 53 in November, years old. I wouldn't say I'm uber fit, I'm reasonably fit, but riddled with injuries on my journey to trying to get fitter. And here we are doing it, so believe in yourself and have a go. Another gate here. Let's get through this gate. Oh, crumbs. Ah, right, there's a signpost. I was going to say that's going back up. I think I need to turn left at this signpost. Or at least I hope I do. I'm not spoken to. Let's find out. A little bit of company. Hiya. Dickhead. Hiya. Talking to so, oh, I am right. Hallelujah. Horton in Ribblesdale. A mile and a half. Oh, Foxup, that's where. So that's that little detour that I'm not going to take. But there's a really the deepest pothole in the UK, I think. I heard another person on YouTube say. Right. Oh, bloody great puddle. Hang on. So we've got a mile and a half to go. I am on the correct route. So if anyone was watching this and getting all stressed, thinking, "Oh my God, he's going to get lost," actually, you'd have figured out. Actually, if this is on YouTube, he didn't get so lost because he managed to get back and upload his video. So there's always that. A mile and a half to go. I can understand why Robinson Crusoe, or what's that film with Tom Hanks, Castaway, where he talks to Wilson and he has full-on conversations. I can understand why. He should have been a YouTuber. I told Robinson Crusoe he'd have made an interesting vlog, wouldn't he? You kind of I find myself just talking for crack because there's nothing else to do while you're walking by yourself other than absorb the scenery, which is opening up a little bit now. The rain has stopped, the sky's brightening where I am. We'll have a look where we've been, but look over there. We've just been to the top of that. And off we go back to Horton in Ribblesdale. Is it Ribblesdale or Ribblesdale? Ribblesdale. I'll find out when I get there. I should have paid attention. Anyway, all is well. Legs are fine, knees are fine, calf is fine, boots are fine. Hey, I could have my Mars bar. Yeah, I think I think I'm gonna have my Mars bar. This, I'll tell you what's probably not fine. The sound on this video is probably horrendous with the wind. If it's not, then this camera is something a bit special, because in my ears it sounds windy as hell. So I'm guessing the microphone's picking that up. Anyway, all is well. I'm going to get my Mars bar. So I've had my Mars bar. I would say I'm just starting to get a bit of leg fatigue, as in a little bit achy in my thighs, but I'm talking like it's just starting. So I think probably got 1.25 miles to go of Pen-y-Ghent, and then that's just one of 3 for the Yorkshire 3 peaks. I can imagine at the end of the Yorkshire 3 peaks the legs are going to be really, really tired and hurting, but the spirit will be like immensely lifted, because it will feel like a really great achievement, especially having just done the Great North Run as well. It'll feel even more special to get to the finish line, meet back up with my colleagues and some associates from within the industry I work in, and get a bite to eat, and just imagine the first sip of a pint of San Miguel or something. It'd be lovely. So I'm guessing I've probably got maybe a mile or so to go, maybe 1.25 miles. This is where we're looking. The summit of Pen-y-Ghent is now behind the clouds, you can't see the top. We've just been up there, come down that way and along here, and we're heading over here. I think the weather right now is perfect. It's breezy. It's not as windy as it was higher up, obviously, but it's not raining now. Pardon me, I keep burping. I've just had a Mars bar. It's not raining, and I would say that doing it in the rain is not really great fun, especially on that last bit of what I've heard other hikers refer to as the scrambly bit, where you have to use your hands as well. The sort of the last section of that, where you feel like you're kind of on the edge, but it's not like a sheer drop, it's a pretty steep roll. But with the wind blowing on you, raining, the rocks being slippery, and you kind of pick your own way up almost. There is what appears to be a route that is mostly taken, but there's no particular identification, say go up this bit, then go up that bit, and you kind of just feel it yourself. So for a first time equipment, first time yada yada yada, windy, rainy, slippery, in the clouds, no visibility, it could be easily, well, I know my wife would say not doing that in a million years, and it does kind of go through your mind a bit when you're doing it to think, well, what if I'm the idiot that slips, cracks his nut, needs bloody airlifting off or something daft like that. I don't want to be that person. Anyway, we want that person. I'm being a bit dramatic. Main thing, as with everything in life, my approach is always, don't for a second panic about anything, just run logic through your mind and tackle it. And logic said, there's other people that's up there today doing it, and therefore it's doable, and therefore just crack on. There was, I think there was about 5 or 6 people up there. A couple of couples, young couples. So yeah. Again, this track looks like it goes on forever and ever and ever. Just doesn't seem to be arriving anywhere, but it's definitely this way. So I'm guessing Horton in Ribblesdale will, or Ribblesdale, whichever one of the two it is going to suddenly appear over the horizon, and then I'll think, yes, we're back. I don't think it's taken me that long. I've been pacing it. Let's just have a look at my watch. Where are we at now? I don't know if that's showing. So 5.1 miles, 2 hours and 3 minutes. That's bloody nothing with a mile or so left. It says 3.25 miles, 3.25 hours is the duration it should take you. So I've got 1 hour and 10 minutes to do probably a mile or so. Well, I don't think I'm going to take 1 hour and 10 minutes, so I'm not sure if I'm walking faster than people might normally do it, or whether I didn't stop for as long at the top or what. But I don't think it's going to be 3 hours and 15 minutes. Certainly don't think it's going to be 4 hours. I think it's going to be more like, I don't know, 2 hours 40, something like that. Which is alright. That's not bad. I'm not sure if I'm on the screen now because the camera's screen goes off to save battery, so I've no idea if I'm on it. But I said earlier, this is not about the videography. It's about, well, I don't know what it is about actually, but it's just a record of a first timer giving it a bash and giving you my opinions and thoughts on it for what they're worth, which is very little because there's loads and loads and loads of people with lots of experience and knowledge on YouTube, and if you're watching this you should be looking at theirs much more than you should be looking at mine. I don't know anything. Oh no, we're going back uphill. The old bum cheeks have got to fire back up. I wonder if I've earned a curry tonight. I fancy a chicken tikka masala, pill of rice, pashwari naan, chips, pickle tray. Alright? Let's just look. You can just see top of Pen-y-Ghent again peeping out through the clouds, so you can see that when you're up there you're in the cloud. When, oh, these lads think, hi, how are you? Hello. I hope you don't think I've got food, because I had a Mars bar, but I had it up there. Why are they all looking at me? Like I've got 3 heads or something. Anyway, this is not getting me back in 2 hours and 40 minutes. It's stood looking at sheep. Which way am I looking now? I'm looking behind me. Oh God, here I go again. Oh no, I'm not. I'm looking ahead. I get confused when the screen goes off which way I'm actually filming. I don't use this camera very much. So is there any sign of a village? Yes, there is. Still feels a bit of a way yet, but it's over there. Not sure if the camera will see that. Just over there. Anyway, we'll pick this back up in a little while. Sometimes when some of the sheep bar, it sounds like they've just fallen off a cliff. Going, ah! Dee 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 dee. I feel like we're getting close to the village. Oop. It's not the most ideal for if you want your hair to stay nice, and I'm normally quite precious about my hair being nice. Yeah, that's the weather. Where we're going here, let's have a look. Considering what it's like underfoot, I feel like you're able to keep a reasonable cadence going and stay sure-footed, and I guess that's the benefit of wearing the right footwear. I would massively, and I can't stress that enough, advise anybody that's considering doing it for a first time don't just rock up with your trainers on. You are just begging to come away with a twisted ankle. You need proper hiking footwear, and when you've got them, you can, like I am now, be quite sure-footed and move with sense of kind of placement on your feet. Much my glass of a tit now. Speaking of tits, Kelly, how are you? Still love you from when I said it last time. I'm nearly back with you. I think I'll be with you in the next half hour or so, I guess. Anyway, love you lots. So, we are now coming back to Horton and Ribblesdale. I can see buildings. I can see the church. Hang on. Church. Buildings. So we're nearly there. We're nearly there. Well inside 3¼ hours, which I'm sure Kelly will be chuffed about, because she has come with me today and she's sat in the car the whole time with Charlie. Charlie is our dog, who's like a human, like a little boy. And she sat the whole time waiting for me, and I really didn't like the idea of her doing that, but she absolutely insisted that she was coming and wanted to wait in the car, so she'll be pleased that I've got back to her a bit quicker than originally was anticipated, because we said 3¼ hours is what it said on Google Maps, I think it's where I saw that. So I said, with stops and so on, let's say between 3¼ hours and yeah, Pen-y-Ghent. Alright. Hold on, where do I go now? I think I'm going to go down. Oh Christ, I'm showing everybody the sky. Superb videography there. Can't remember what I was saying, so I'm just going to shut up and go through this gate. So I'm coming up on the main road now, which is where we parked. So I'm literally minutes from the car, unless my watch has paused at some point. It says I've been 2 hours and 21 minutes, and it feels like that's not as long as, that's like an hour nearly quicker than what it suggested. Making me think, has it really, have I been longer and my watch has paused? I'll find out when we get back, but let's show you. I'm coming out here and the car park is somewhere off this road. I'm presuming oh, up here, right, okay. That's the clocking in and out cafe that used to be where anybody was doing Pen-y-Ghent clocked in, or was it the Yorkshire Three Peaks? Anyway, whatever they were doing, they clocked in there, and they would know then if someone hadn't clocked out again at the end of the day. But apparently it's now closed, which is a shame really. It would have been a nice place, but we've pretty much done it. We're home, we're back. So what did I think of that? Really pleased I did it. It would have been easy to say no, I'm not doing it in this crap weather. It was dodgy weather, but I would say if you're of mediocre fitness and your arms and legs work fine and you don't mind a bit of actual getting down and climbing a little bit, give it a whirl. You'll enjoy it and feel pleased that you did. In fact, it's there. It's now visible from the clouds. where we've just been. So that's it from me. I'm going to keep this running now so that we capture Kelly and Charlie back at the car. I'm going to pause and stop that and save that on my watch. That's it, it's done. I can see the car.
Where did you get the top?
Look.